Imagine it's 2 a.m., you hear glass shatter. A stranger is inside your home, and your family is just down the hall. In that moment, what do you do? And what would the law allow you to do?
The criminal code is controlled by the federal government. Everyone hear about the story in Lindsay? So this criminal that's wanted by the police breaks into this guy's house. This guy gives him a beating, and this guy gets charged.
This is a real blood boiler here. We've homeowner charged after altercation with man who broke into his home in Lindsay. A guy breaks into a guy's house. He gives him the old rough and tough pow pow stuff. The intruder has to go to the hospital, and now the homeowner is being charged?
Like, something is broken. I know if someone breaks into my house or someone else's, you're going to fight for your life.
Today we're looking at two shocking Canadian home invasion cases. One where a man was charged for fighting off an intruder, and another where murder charges were dropped after deadly force was used. Stick around until the end. You're going to be the one to decide, should Canadians have more rights to defend their homes, or is the law already where it should be? A few days ago, Lindsay, Ontario, a man wakes up to find an intruder in his home. They get into a fight. The intruder ends up badly hurt. You'd think the homeowner would get a high five for protecting himself, right? Nah. He was charged with aggravated assault and assault with a weapon.
Alleged intruder and homeowner are both facing charges. So Kawartha Lakes Police Service said it responded to the call at 3:20 a.m. According to the police, the resident had woken up to find an intruder inside his apartment. The two had an altercation. The intruder suffered life-threatening injuries, police said, and later airlifted to the hospital. That's the risk you take being a home invader. If you're breaking into someone's personal sacred space and the person who owns the place or the person who lives there rents the place gives you the rough and tough pow pow stuff, then that's your problem. This homeowner should not go to jail. This homeowner should not receive any charges whatsoever. Police say the resident is facing charges for aggravated assault and assault with a weapon. The alleged intruder, 41, is also facing charges including breaking and entering and possession of a weapon for dangerous purposes. Police say the man was also already wanted for unrelated offenses. This guy is already a criminal, wanted for other things, breaks in, and the homeowner is getting charged. We should be giving the homeowner a medal. We should be giving this guy a parade and rolling out a red carpet and commending this citizen for protecting the rest of us by dishing out the punishment to this criminal that the government and the police will not do.
While the public is outraged, Doug Ford says if someone breaks into your home, you should do whatever it takes to protect your family. The police say self-defense in Canada is not unlimited.
I'd be scared to break into Kevon's house. Look at this, he's like a linebacker. He beat the living crap out of the guy, as he should. Because no, enough's enough here. Violence and breaking into people's homes, putting guns to their heads. And guess what? Some bleeding heart judge, little Johnny, he didn't have a good upbringing. So we're going to let him out on bail 5 more times because he's on his 5th, being let out on bail 5 times, just to go do the same thing the next day. I'll tell you one thing, I get more calls than anyone in the country. People are done with this. They're absolutely done. They're finished. You should be able to protect your family. When someone's going in there to harm your family and your kids, you should use all resources you possibly can to protect your family. And maybe these criminals will think twice about breaking into someone's home.
A man who allegedly shot an armed intruder has been released on bail. Now, this incident happened during a home invasion robbery in Milton last month. The homeowner is charged with second-degree murder, which has raised all kinds of questions about what constitutes self-defense. Our crime specialist, Catherine McDonald, was in the courtroom. Joins us with more. Kath.
Yes, as you said, Alan, a judge has agreed to release Ali Mian on $130,000 bail. His family was hugging outside the courtroom just after the decision came down. And less than an hour ago, the 22-year-old limped away from this courthouse. His head covered, he said nothing. Mr. Mian, how are you feeling? Ali Mian walks out of the Brampton courthouse just 11 days after police allege he shot and killed a home invasion suspect who entered his Milton home. His lawyer says Mian, who Halton police have charged with second-degree murder, should never have been charged.
Family's, of course, very, very happy. Client's very happy, especially that I was able to get him bail so quickly, as usually on a murder bail, it's quite a lengthy process.
Mian, who walked into the prisoner's box with a limp, was released by Superior Court Justice Bruce Durno on $130,000 bail. The judge saying this is an appropriate case for release. I take into account the position proposed by the Crown. The evidence heard in court is under a publication ban. This was an uncontested bail hearing, meaning the Crown prosecutor consented to Mian's release. How were you able to get him out so quickly?
Just by working really, really hard and putting together a very good bail plan and convincing the Crown.
It was February 19th around 5 a.m. when Halton police say 5 suspects with the intent of committing a robbery entered the Milton home where Mian lived. One of the suspects was fatally shot. Another suspect was arrested with break-and-enter and unauthorized possession of a firearm, while 3 others fled in this light-colored sedan. Mian was also arrested and charged with murder. His lawyer says the intruders were armed, and Mian, a registered firearm owner, was defending his mother, who also lived in the home. This former Crown prosecutor, now defense lawyer, is not involved with the case.
What all of this tells me in my experience is that the Crown has sized up pretty early that this case is not a great one.
In the U.S., the Second Amendment gives people the right to bear arms. Many states also have stand your ground or castle doctrine laws, meaning you can use deadly force to protect your home without having to back away first. In Canada, we don't have the Second Amendment. We have the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. But that mostly covers freedom of speech and press, not gun rights.
The U.S. emphasizes constitutional gun rights with a strong gun culture and fewer restrictions, whereas Canada prioritizes strict regulations aimed at ensuring public safety, viewing gun ownership as a privilege that must be tightly controlled.
Our self-defense rules are in the Criminal Code, Section 34 and 35. They say you can use force if you believe you or someone else is in danger, but it has to be reasonable. That word, reasonable, is where a lot of debates start. What's reasonable to you might not be reasonable to the judge. So the real question here, if someone breaks into your house, should you be allowed to use any force you think is necessary to protect your family? Or should there still be limits, even in your own home? Because right now in Canada, if you use force and it's considered to be too much, even if you thought your life was in danger, you could be charged, just like the Lindsay man. Now you've heard the 2 stories, you've seen the difference on how they ended. Now, you be the judge. Drop a comment. Do we need stronger self-defense laws in Canada? Or are the rules fine the way they are? And if this happened to you, what would you do? This is Canada Cop Watch.